Welcome back to Goodfellas Garage, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk about 5 performance cars that you can own pretty much for free. Let's get started. Before anyone goes crazy and saying, well, you can't own a car for free, you actually can. It's possible, but to preface this video, you actually have to have money to buy the 5 cars that I'm going to talk about on the list. But these particular cars, in my opinion, some of them have reached bottom cash value and some of them actually increasing in value. So if you are able to buy these cars, you can enjoy them for a couple of years and then sell them for the same amount of money, or in some instances actually make a profit. So this is no particular order. These 5 cars I'm gonna try to keep under 6 figures. So this is gonna be the affordable performance cars category. And number 5 on the list is by far one of my favorite cars, and it's a Maserati Gran Turismo. And there's a lot of hate for the Gran Turismo for some odd reason, and I imagine it's because they depreciate so quickly. And this is good news for people who are looking for a performance car, because I think they're absolute bargains. We had one of them, and I absolutely love that car. And the good thing about the Gran Turismo is a lot of the stuff is made by Ferrari. The engines are made by Ferrari. The transmissions are actually ZF 6-speed, so pretty much bulletproof. These cars, despite what people think, they don't require a lot of service and maintenance, and it's not that difficult to service and maintain them, and they're relatively reliable. And the beauty is that they haven't changed the body style since the beginning of Gran Turismo. There have been minor changes to like bumpers and stuff like that, but for the most part, all body panels are the same, lights are the same, etc., etc. And you can get them in between $35,000 to $45,000 range, and I think they're bargains, because the sound is absolutely beautiful. In my opinion, the Gran Turismos, they sound better than some of the Ferraris, and you have a Ferrari-derived 4.7 Ferrari-derived 4.7 liter V8. There's a lot of horsepower, and they're very comfortable cars. It's a grand touring car. You can fit 4 people comfortably, and I think they're overlooked. And the good thing about them, they have reached bottom cash value, so they're not really depreciating anymore. And keep in mind that these cars new were $156,000, $160,000, and they drop like rocks. So the good thing is that they've reached bottom cash value. So if you pick one up maybe 2012 to around 2015, with higher mileage, obviously it's going to be cheaper, but you can drive the car for 2 years. They're not really mileage sensitive, and you can flip it after 2 years or a year. You can put 15, 20,000 miles on them, and most likely you'll get your money back, or maybe it will cost you $1,000, maybe a little bit more in depreciation. But for the most part, they have reached the bottom. So that was number 5. Number 4 is Dodge Viper, one of my ultimate favorites. And these cars have been steadily going up, slowly but surely. And I particularly like the first gen Vipers because it is the most unfiltered, unsupervised fun. There's no traction control, there's no ABS, there's not even door handle on this car. So you reach inside to open the door. But I think that these are absolute bargains as well. You can buy first gens $35,000 to $45,000. Higher mileage obviously goes for less, but it's an American car. It's very simple, easy to maintain, easy to fix. Most of the stuff is accessible when you lift that clamshell hood. Very easy to work on, and there's really not that much inside of the car to go wrong. So you can enjoy this car. Again, not really mileage sensitive. You can enjoy them for a couple of years, but 10, 15,000 miles on it, and most likely you will get your money back because they're going up in value. So you can enjoy the car, you can have some fun with it, and still be ahead. Now, number 3 is Chevy SS, 2014 through 2017 Chevy SS sedans. And I know you might think, well, sedan is not a performance car, but they're relatively quick. They have LS3 engines, 415 horsepower. In 2015, there was an option with the manual transmission. And I think it's basically like a modern cousin to an E39 BMW. If you like driving E39s or old school BMWs, the Chevy SS is as close as it gets. I actually own one. I owned a 2017 Chevy SS with a manual transmission, and I bought that car in March of 2018. I owned it for 2 years. I sold it with about 38,000 miles on it, and I lost $1,000. Yes, I sold the car for pretty much $1,000 less than what I paid for it 2 years ago. And they have been holding their values surprisingly well. Especially low mileage examples with like 4,000 miles, 5,000 miles. They're going for like 45, almost 50 grand. And this is more than what they were going for when they were new. So again, they're not really that mileage sensitive because like in my example, I put almost 40,000 miles on the car and still got all my money back. So great bargain. If you're looking for a sedan that's performance-y, under 100K, easy to maintain, Chevy, and it's a very old school car, so a lot of the stuff in it like designed like an old school way. So easy car to work on. Performance parts are plentiful. It's an LS platform car. The transmissions are Tremec, so you can mod them to hell and back. But you can drive them a couple of years, get your money back when you go to sell the car. Number 2 on the list is Acura NSX, and I did a video with one a couple of months ago, and I'm talking about the facelifted ones, the first gen facelifted 2002 until the end of production in 2005. These are, I think, the most desirable ones. And I know people are gonna say that, well, they're in the 6 figures now, but you can still find them under 6 figures, especially with higher mileage. And you have to keep in mind that this is basically, I mean, I'm not to insult the Acura NSX, it's basically a Civic. So in terms of service and maintenance, very easy to work on, a lot of parts availability, they're pretty simple cars. And I think that this is a type of car that if you get one under 6 figures, you can drive it for a couple of years. Again, not that mileage sensitive. You will most likely make money when you go to sell the car because they are appreciating in value. And I didn't like them for the longest time until I drove one. I drove one a couple of months ago. The guys at Prime One Motorsports gave me one, and I actually liked it so much. I bought it from them. Yes, I bought that NSX that I did the video with, and I wanted to keep it for a little bit and enjoy it, and actually it sold in 3 days. I didn't even get a chance to advertise the car anywhere, and it sold like this. So if you can find them under 60K, facelifted, 2002 and up, easy maintenance, a lot of stuff you can do yourself, great bargain, great cars to drive. Not the most horsepower in the world, but one of the best shifting manual transmissions I have experienced in a long time. That's your number 2. And number 1 on the list is, of course, Porsche. I love Porsches. I think they're great cars, and specifically I'm talking about the 996 and 997 models. These are under 6 figures, and the Porsche market is on fire right now. So if you're in the market for a Porsche, now is the time to get one. And with the 996, a lot of people hate them because the fried egg headlight. If you can get past that, you're in for a treat because they're great cars. The turbos can still be purchased for under 40 grand with higher mileage. You can still find them, but they're steadily going up. The 996 has been going up, and then of course the 997 with the well, this is 991. The 997s with the redesigned front end that is more appealing is a great bargain. These cars with mileage, you can pick them up 45-ish, 35-ish, something like that. 2009 is the first year for PDK. So if you're looking for automatic, you don't want the manual option, I would go for 2009 and up. With the earlier versions of 996 and the earlier 997.1s, IMS bearings are issues. So make sure you get one that has been sorted out. There are also coolant pipe problems with the early ones. So make sure you have service records, etc., etc. But these are great cars, and we just picked this one up a couple days ago. It's a one-owner car, all original, and I love them. They're absolutely fantastic cars, and in most instances, again, not very mileage sensitive. You can drive it for a year or two. You can put maybe 10, 15,000 miles, and because of the fact that they're going up in value, you will most likely break even, or you're probably gonna make a little bit of money if you keep them nice, if you maintain them and service them. So that's the list of 5 cars I think that are absolute bargains, and you can pretty much own these cars for free if you buy the right one. Thanks for watching. Peace.